So we've got on pole position Josh White for this one. There he is to the left of the picture in cart 227. He actually finished second in the race, but Lucas Bartosuk, who won the race, was subsequently given a 5-second penalty for a driver warning. That pushed him back to 11th spot, so we didn't quite get a chance to speak to Lucas, but the Polish driver, who's been making some excellent starts this weekend, well, if Presley Mortano can come from 32nd to 3rd, there's no reason that Lucas Bartosuk in the seniors can't go from 11th into the top 2, is there? So we'll wait and see. We've actually got the junior grid up on the screen, not the senior grid, so ignore that one. This is the grid. Josh White is on pole position. Max Aitken starts second. Jess Batman is third on the grid, and Carl Fowley is fourth. So it's the Coles Racing driver on pole. KR Sports Max Aitken second. And the two Strawberry Racing teammates, Jess Batman and Carl Fowley, third and fourth. Kasper Bilecki, the Polish driver, fifth on the grid. Sam Marsh for Dan Holland Racing, sixth on his European debut. We also heard from Oliver Myers for Coles Racing and Charlie Turner from Pro Train, seventh and eighth on the grid. Josh Price didn't quite get a chance to chat to Josh either, but he won all the heats yesterday, started on pole in the pre-final. And then in the middle of the race, 5 karts all ran together into turn 5. Always somebody was going to come off worse. Unfortunately for Josh, he got pushed out wide, dropped to about 16th or 17th, but then did get his way back through into 10th place, then promoted to 9th and the inside line after Bartosuk got the penalty. Tom Meyer is going to start the race 10th. He started much higher up the grid, 5th on the pre-final grid, but 10th here. Lucas Bartosuk, as I say, in kart 307. It's been really quick this weekend, but he starts this one from 11th after a penalty in the pre-final. Making a good comeback in the second half of the pre-final was Brett Ward, the AIM Motorsport driver, who's had success last year, 11 months ago. He was on the podium and very, very nearly won as a junior the grand finals. He's trying to go back there as a senior, but he was alongside Josh Price, the other driver, who got forced off the road. He went properly on the grass and lost a load of time, Brett Ward, dropped to the back of the pack when he was battling with the lead group. But he recovered to 12th, and let's see how he gets on from there. On row 7, Nicholas Grentz and James Johnson. On row 8, Marino Sato is another one that has been quick all weekend long, but had a bad pre-final. So Marino, the Japanese driver, might be one to keep an eye on. He starts 15th. Scal Moreau is 16th. Then on row 9, Alessandro Trombelli and Jose Sierra. Row 10, Jano Eklof and Victoria Pankiewicz. And then she got a penalty as well. It's dropped her right down the order, 20th on the grid. Abdullah Al-Wahawi and Andrea So are on the 11th row. The 12th row, Ralph Aron and Julian Falchero, and Carlos Pinto starts 25th and last on the grid. So just coming up in towards turn 10 here, ready for the start of the 14-lap race. Jensen Butterfield says good luck to Ollie Mars. Guan Yu Zhu, former junior champion, runner-up in seniors this year, says good luck to Kyle and Jess. His Strawberry Racing teammates, of course, over the last couple of seasons. Guan, good to have you watching. Hope you're well. And good luck at the grand finals. Here we go then. The race gets underway. First time. And Josh White gets into the first corner ahead of everybody else. Jess Batman looked like she made a decent start, but then loses time through the first corner. So Josh White's got the lead of the race. They're just about all squeezed through the first corner. 1 or 2 run wide. Through turn 2, no problems. Turn 3, okay. Turn 4, can they all get through there? There's 1 or 2 running out wide. A bit of contact in the middle of the field, but actually they've all made it through that one as well. At the head of the pack, though, Josh White is off like a train. He leads the race by quite some distance. He's just left them all behind here. Terrific start by him. And he's got his nose in front here. Who else has made a good start to this race? There's a great scrap going on for second. I think Ollie Mars has made a good start. He's in that mix. Jess Batman's trying to come back up through the order. Carl Fowley, he's about to go up into third place and changes down at turn 6. So Carl Fowley is up there in the mix as well. But the race leader, he's just getting on with it here. Josh White for Coles Racing. He's going to be something like half a second clear of everybody else come the end of the first lap of the race. And then he's going to be pursued by the first of the Strawberry racers. In second place coming through is Josh Price. He's had a great start to get through to second place from 9th on the grid. So he's back in the game here. Second place already for Josh Price. Max Aitken has settled into third position. Carl Fowley's third. Oliver Myers is fourth. Tom Meyer is fifth. He's had a good start. Kasper Bilecki sixth. Lucas Bartosuk's up to seventh already. Brett Ward's eighth. Sam Marsh has lost a place or 2 in ninth. Nicholas Grentz has come up through into the top 10 as well. So Max Aitken, the one that's really dropped back, suffering from the outside of row number 1. And he's has he come through? If he's come through, it's a long, long way down the order. So Max Aitken has absolutely plummeted down the field. Yes, 24th, and Jess Batman didn't come through either. So Jess Batman hasn't come through, I'm afraid, at the end of the first lap of the race. So heartbreak for her. I didn't see what happened to Jess, but she's shown as dead last, and that's a real shame, from third on the grid. At the end of the first lap then, Josh White was 1.1 seconds clear, but Josh Price has gone from 9th to 2nd in one lap. Now he's got to get his head down. He's got to hope that the drivers behind work with him and they can catch the leader. And the driver behind him, right with him, is Carl Fowley. So Carl Fowley is right with our second place man as they go into the braking zone for turn 2. There's a bit of a gap back then to Tom Meyer, who's back on form here in 4th place. Bilecki, the Polish driver, 5th. Oliver Myers currently running in 6th place. And with 3 cards breathing down his neck, Marsh, Gretz, Brett Ward is in the top 10 now. Ralph Aron has come up into the top 10. Ralph's had a terrific first couple of laps here from near the back of the grid. What's the gap like from 1st to 2nd? It's down to just over a second at the start of the lap, and I fancy it's come down an awful lot on this lap alone. So I reckon 3 or 4 tenths quicker on this lap, our second and third, than our race leader. And Josh White is not going to have the comfortable, easy ride in this race that he maybe would hope for. It's not going to happen because Price and Fowley are both coming after him. Tom Myers also looking quick in 4th place, and they all look a little bit quicker than the race leader. Kasper Bilecki's come through into 5th place now and pulling away from the next group of karts in which Ollie Myers is battling away. So 0.3 of a second is now the gap. They were a lot quicker on that lap. 64.7 for the leader, a 64.1 for our man in 2nd place, Josh Price. So he's got the bit between his teeth here. Carl Fowley not quite with them in 3rd place. And don't rule out Tom Meyer either. He's looking pretty confident this weekend. Ollie Myers, is the one who's come through in 5th place. So Ollie Myers with the 64.4. He's trying to gun after them as well now. He's left everybody else behind, and he's looking pretty good here. And then in 6th place, it's Nicholas Grant. He's having a very good run here. His best of the weekend so far. So it means that Sam Marsh and Brett Ward have just dropped back a bit. Ralph Aron, Charlie Turner dropped back in the early stages as well. He's outside of the top 10, trying to get back in the mix if he possibly can. And Max Aitken really out of contention now, I'm afraid, a long way down at the back of the field, having been bumped around a bit on the first lap by looks of things and losing track position. So our top 3 will now be together at the end of this lap. There's still 10 laps to go, and you're going to see Josh White first, then Josh Price, the pink helmet, and then his strawberry teammate Carl Fowley. And now Josh Price runs alongside and goes for the lead of the race into turn 2. He's gone through. Josh White couldn't do much about it. So Price leads, White 2nd, Fowley 3rd. Nobody's interested in 3rd place, although they get a trophy and a podium. It's only the top 2 places that qualify for the grand finals, which is the only reason they're all here. So these 3 are going to really go for it. Tom Meyer in 4th place will quickly catch them if they start fighting one another. And Ollie Myers isn't that far back either. He's just a little bit adrift from them. Now we've got somebody who's pulled off the circuit, a blue race suit, the Alonso colours blue and yellow, down at turn 4. So we've lost somebody down there from the middle of the pack, I think. Try and work that out as they come back around. Top 4 are going to be together now at the end of this lap. Price, then White, then Fowley. Coming into turn 10, Tom Meyer, the white nose cones and the black race suit. He's going to have caught them, the Bhuvan Power driver. So the pace getting quicker and quicker here in this race. Price with his head down, White hanging on to him, closing up, picking up the slipstream into turn 1. Will he have a go into turn 2? No, he just sits behind. So Price and White still 1st and 2nd. Josh White having this great battle in the pre-final with Lucas Bartosuk, particularly on the last lap. That was terrific to watch. Bartosuk has made a bit of progress, but not much. He's in 9th place. So 2nd, 3rd and 4th tied together, and there's been a change down at the hairpin. Carl Fowley got through into 2nd place. That was on the run through turn 4. So Josh White's down to 3rd position now. Will he have a go into turn 6? Closes up but can't find a gap and stays 3rd. Tom Meyer 4th. Ollie Myers 5th. Is not really catching them. Nicholas Grentz is 6th. Lucas Bartosuk's not 7th now. Sam Marsh is 8th. Kasper Bilecki 9th. Brett Ward currently running in 10th place, and Ralph Aron, I think, was the driver. Yeah, look, that was his colour race suit. So Ralph Aron was the driver that stopped down at the hairpin, and he's, I'm afraid, after a really good first lap, out of contention. Price pulling away then on this lap. He was 1/10 clear on the previous lap. He's now nearly half a second clear, and Josh White wants to get 2nd place back. They're all slipstreaming against one another. Josh Price said to me yesterday It's a bit annoying, this circuit, because unless you're really far clear, then they can all slipstream past you. A challenge for the lead into turn 4. They're going to run 3 abreast as Carl Fowley goes up the inside of Josh Price, but Josh White gets past both of them on the exit to the corner, and Tom Meyer gets in the mix as well. So at turn 5, we've now got White in the lead of the race. Fowley's gone second. He gained 1 and lost 1. Meyer went through to third, and Price was delayed by all of that. Fourth, make it third. He goes down the inside into turn 6. This is turning into a junior type race. If it's anything like the junior final, you'll have to call the ambulance, because I'll probably be on the floor on my knees if it's anything like as close as that one. Our top 4 starting to battle then, which is only going to be good news for Ollie Myers in 5th. He's as quick as them, but he's not quicker, and he can't close the gap unless they all start fighting each other and holding each other up. 1 or 2 penalties being applied. Number 289 getting a time penalty of 3 seconds for leaving the corridor at the start of the race. Is Brett Ward. So Brett Ward is carrying a 3-second penalty, which is pushing him down the order as Carl Fowley goes for the lead of the race now. Moves ahead of Josh White on the way into turn 2. Going with him is Josh Price. White drops down to 3rd position, therefore. Other penalties being applied as they get together again on the way into the hairpin. As Price now got in front, I think he may have done through the hairpin. Yes, he has. Price has gone through. Myers followed him. And so Carl Fowley's gone back to 3rd place. Josh White, the red and white race suit, is down in 4th position. Another one getting a penalty on the screen is number 242, which is the Kasper Bilecki kart. Now, he was running in the top 10, so Kasper Bilecki's got a 10-second penalty for a jump start. So Bilecki, that puts him down to, well, it's going to put him out of the top 10, I think. Kasper Bilecki gets a 10-second penalty added to his time at the end of the race. 2nd, 3rd and 4th all bunch up on the way into turn 10, and Josh White now springs an attack and goes through on the inside into 2nd place, but it's allowed Price to get through and pull away as they all battle. So Price now nearly a second clear. Tom Meyer now dives down the inside on the way into turn 2. That's some move from Tom Meyer. He's gone from 4th to 2nd in one fell swoop. So Fowley and White run side by side into the hairpin. White goes down the inside and is still alongside Carl Fowley. He's on the outside. Turn 5, they're going to be 3 together here for 2nd place. It's going to be Meyer 2nd. Fowley just about fends them off in 3rd. 4th now then is Josh White. And in 5th position, but almost with them, is Ollie Myers. If I told him that on Friday, he wouldn't have believed me, because he was really down in the dumps as Carl Fowley makes a move at turn 6. He delays Meyer. Meyer has a bit of contact, and both Josh White and Ollie Myers get past the pair of them to go 2nd and 3rd now. It's looking like it's going to be a race for 2nd place for the 2nd ticket to the grand finals, because our race leader in the last lap or so has just left them all for dead. They fought each other. He's got his head down, and Josh Price, he's flying. The actual fastest lap of the race belongs to Alessandro Trombelli, who's just got himself up into the top 10. So Price leads, White 2nd, Myers in 3rd place. Ollie Myers just missed out on a top 2 finish at this event last year, finishing in 4th place. And he was much higher up the grid in the pre-final. He had to come then, after some been hit off the road, he had to come through from 12th on the grid to 4th place. So he's got himself in the mix here. He's running in 3rd place. Granny and Grandad in Sheffield. Your boy might just do this. He's got to get past Josh White to get 2nd place and to get himself through to the grand finals. But he is in a podium paying position. He's going to get a trophy if it stays like this in 3rd place. 4th is Carl Fowley. 5th is Tom Meyer. Into 6th place now is Nicholas Grentz, and he's catching them up as well. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, all within about a second of each other as they make their way out of turn 8 into the left-hander at 9 and into the right-hander. The very last lap, very last corner of the lap, turn 10. 4 laps to go then as Josh Price crosses the line. Cool and calm the way he made his way through to the front of the field. Josh White is starting to edge away now. He's just half a tenth quicker than Ollie Myers on that lap. And Ollie Myers has now got the attentions of Carl Fowley, who wants to get back ahead of him. This is going to go right down to the wire. Josh White and Ollie Myers come together almost on the way into the hairpin. That was a lunge from Ollie Myers from a long way back. He got halfway alongside and didn't quite make it through, and now he's really having to defend into turn 5 to keep Carl Fowley, Tom Meyer behind him as well. Nicholas Grentz and Lucas Bartasuk is in that group as well. Can Lucas get himself up into the top 2 here? He will go for it, believe you me. He's trying around the outside here. There's a bit of contact. Carl Fowley runs wide at turn 6. He was helped along the way, and he's on the grass now, and he's lost a load of places, I'm afraid. He's lost about 8-9 places. and that puts him out of contention now. That's where yesterday in the first heat he was involved in an incident and went off the road, and he's been a bit frustrated this weekend, so Fowley, I'm afraid, out of it. There's more contact in the battle for fourth place. We've lost two of them up at the final turn, so two of them drop out. Who comes through? In second place, it's going to be Ollie Myers, isn't it? Through they come. No, it's Josh White second, Ollie Myers third, Grents is fourth, Meyer is fifth, Bartosuk sixth, Carlos Pinto and Victoria Pankovic move up next, and tumbling down the order then, having got up there in the mix. Who is it going to be that doesn't come through? It's Sam Marsh has dropped down, Charlie Turner dropping down, Brett Ward dropping down the order, Casper Bilecki, we know, got the penalty, dropping down the order as well, I'm afraid. So Turner and Ward down and out. Looks like maybe they were the two that came together. So Price leads 2.5 seconds clear now of Josh White, who in turn is 2.5 seconds clear of third. Now it's suddenly evened itself out, all of this. The top two are miles clear of everybody else. Ollie Myers, I think, delayed with all of that. He held on to his third place, but lost quite a bit of time there. So Myers third. Nicholas Grents having a tremendous drive. He's in now fourth place, having rocketed up through the field from 13th on the grid. 2 laps to go then for Josh Price. He hasn't panicked, has he, when everything went wrong for him in the pre-final. Quickly and calmly got his way back into the lead of the race. Josh White would have liked to win, but he'd be more happy to be in the top two and getting his place at the grand finals. There's a bit of contact down again in that back second group of cars. 3 of them are delayed, and one of them is going to stop. Maybe it's bent an axle or something. I think Meyer might have been involved in that. And who's the one that stopped? One of them has pulled out of the race completely, I'm afraid. And meanwhile, Ollie Myers has lost his third place. So all sorts going on here behind the top two. Looks like Tom Meyer, is it, that's come through into third place. It might be Bartosuk that was one of the ones delayed. And one of them is completely out of the running, I'm afraid, in that little battle that was going on in and around 4th, 5th place. Some contact down at turn 2. And then on the run into turn 3. Most of them carried on, bar one, who has stopped out on the circuit. So there's going to be 1 lap to go here. Josh Price, in all truth, has been the class of the field this weekend. It looks like he's going to win it. A lap to go. 2.3 seconds clear of Josh White. Coming through in third is Tom Meyer. Ollie Myers fourth. Oh, Nicholas Grents is the one that's tumbling down the order. Casper Bilecki as well. Carl Fowley has got himself back up into 6th place now. So he gets back up the order into 6th position. Casper Bilecki is completely stopped. He's under Trombelli. He's had problem. Yeah, Lucas Bartosuk, I think the one that got tangled up in all of that. We lost Pankiewicz as well a couple of laps ago. So Bartosuk, I think, is the one that's stopped and out of the race after a really good day yesterday, but frustration for him this afternoon. Half a lap to go then. Bryce leads, White second. Ollie Myers trying to get third place back, and he does so at turn 6, back ahead of Tom Meyer. Tom Meyer is delayed. And then 4th and 5th come onto them as well. Carlos Pinto trying to gain a place here at the end of the race. Carl Fowley trying to get himself back into the top 5. But nobody's going to catch the top 2. It's going to be the 2 Joshes. The flag is readied. And here he comes out of the last corner. A victory for Josh Price. His biggest win yet. He takes the checkered flag. 2 arms off the wheel. He punches the air. Great drive from 9th on the grid. Calm and cool. Josh White takes 2nd place. 3rd place across the line is Ollie Myers. He just about fends them all off. So on the podium for Ollie Myers. He won't get in the top 2, but that's still a really good result from where he was on Friday, and he'll get a trophy and on the podium. So Ollie Myers 3rd place. Carlos Pinto is breathing down his neck over the line in 4th. Tom Meyer comes home in 5th. Carl Fowley will be disgruntled in 6th place, but at least he got back up the order a bit at the end. Nicholas Grents 7th. Julian Falchero had a good drive through and made up lots of late places in 8th place. Abdullah Arouhari comes home 9th. Galmero in 10th position, and the fastest lap of the race was Tom Meyer at 63.714, but he dropped down out of the podium positions with just half a lap to go. He was 3rd. He ends up, I'm afraid, in 5th place. So Josh Price wins for Strawberry Racing. Josh White joins him at the grand finals, and his Coles Racing teammate Ollie Myers is the other man on the podium. Price, White and Myers the top 3. Carlos Pinto 4th. 5th place to Tom Meyer. 6th to Carl Fowley, 7th to Grents, 8th to Fashero, Al-Rahawi 9th, Moreau 10th, Johnson 11th, Sierra had a good drive through to 12th there. Been a good day for the Mexicans. Sau 13th, Sato came back a little bit to 14th, Bilecki was 15th in the end, Turner 16th, Ward 17th, both in dramas, Trombelli 18th. And then the rest of the results: in 19th place Eklof, 20th Max Aitken, a really disappointing race from there. Bankiewicz likewise, Bartosuk dropping out late on when he got himself in the mix. He wouldn't have got in the top 2, I think, but he may have challenged for a podium. Sam Marsh dropped out as well halfway through the race. Ralph Aron had a good start but then dropped out, and Jess Batman was out right at the start of the race with some sort of problem, I'm afraid. So she failed